Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Jason Parker and today we are reacting to Rebecca Herrera. Or is it Herrera? This is Season 6, Episode 2 of Penn and Teller's Fool Us. Rebecca has previously fooled Penn and Teller and won the trophy, and she has come back for a second time to try to win another trophy. As I understand it, this is some kind of mentalism, so let's go ahead and check out her performance.
I have a secret I'd like to share with you.
When I came on Fool Us the first time, it wasn't easy. On stage, you're alone in a room full of strangers, watching your whole life change.
Seems like I should put my pad down and say that you fooled us.
The impact was incredible. I'm a headliner in London now, doing magic and mentalism, and we do a show called Unfathomable. My acting career took off. I was in 2 productions this year, as Perdita in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale, Daffodils That Come Before the Swallow Dares, and as a Welsh housewife.
A woman's place. I don't see how that's a man's business.
Penn and Teller know me better as a person and as a performer now. I think that may make it harder for me, but I've still got some tricks up my sleeve.
Please welcome back to Fool Us, the mysterious Rebecca Herrera.
Herrera.
True story. In 1968, researcher Charles Tart created a random 5-digit number and placed it on a high shelf. His subject, a Miss Z, claimed she could divine this 5-digit code through what she called out-of-body experiences, essentially meaning her spirit self could leave her body and float around and see things which her human eyes could not.
Sounds like a true story.
Dr. Tart's experiments have been controversial for over 50 years. But after studying his work very carefully, I think I can make a believer out of all of you. Penn, last time I was here, you mentioned that you weren't allowed to go all TSA on me and search me. Well, now you can. Would you please come and join me on the stage? Now, this is a metal detector. You may take it. The kind used to search people for objects they shouldn't have on them. In this case, radio receivers or other ways to cheat at magic. Please test it out. You can test it out on yourself, first of all, if you have any metal.
Seems very familiar with that.
Make sure there's nothing hidden inside them.
Smooth. Under control.
Please satisfy yourself that there is nothing concealed on my body.
It's just, yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
I think we're okay?
Wonderful.
Test it again.
Penn, you will be playing the role of Dr. Charles Tart in...
I think he did that again real quick on his wristwatch just to see if she had like an assistant off stage, like remote controlling it to beep, you know, like when he brought in his watch. So he did it again real fast just to see if it was real device. And it was real device. Proceeding.
this experiment and creating a 5-digit number.
Okay.
There are 9 numbers to choose from, 1 to 9, represented on these blocks.
Okay.
Please place them in this rack in any order you'd like.
Okay.
However, before you do that, I'm going to come and sit over here so I can't see what numbers you choose.
Okay.
And I'll close my eyes. Audience, you can make sure that I'm not peeking. Okay, Penn, please place 5 numbers into the rack now. And let me know when you're done.
Let's see what we got here. One last one here. Right there.
Please lift that rack and stick it on top of
Put
the
up
shelf
on the
for
rack.
me.
We're going to the rack. And there it is.
Wonderful, okay.
On the rack.
And if you haven't already, can you please flip that so that the numbers are facing the ceiling?
Does it bother anyone else that he didn't place it centered on the rack?
Numbers facing the ceiling.
And then come and stand behind me.
And I will come and stand behind you. I am Dr. Researcher.
So dramatic.
To this day, it has never been proven exactly how this experiment was done, but it might have gone a little bit like this. Now, if I go into a trance, I will lose control of my physical self. So, Penn, if you wouldn't mind, could you please put your hands on my shoulders to stop me from falling?
I will.
Thank you.
As it turns out, she did go into a trance.
Six, 1, 9, 7, 3. Penn, can you please turn the rack so the audience can see it?
6, 1, 9, 7,
Very good.
3.
Thank you so much.
Rebecca Herrera. All right, so before they discuss it, I'll give you my thoughts. First thought is that I liked how she didn't use a blindfold. It didn't seem necessary. She can just face to the audience, close her eyes. Everyone can see if her eyes are open or closed. Second off, I was kind of thinking I wish she had used the metal detector on her shoes also, because what if she had like some kind of a vibrating remote control device that an assistant could use off stage to like vibrate the number, you know, that was in order, like zit 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 for 3 or something like that. But assuming she didn't have any special devices on her, then, I mean, the only thing she had available to her was sound, her sense of hearing, right? Maybe she could somehow hear the blocks when they're being put into the container? But I was listening, and they didn't really sound any special way to me. Or she really did go into a trance and had an out-of-body experience and just went around the stage looking at everything and came right back. That could be it too. So if it wasn't any of those things, then I guess I'm fooled because I'm not really sure. Sorry I don't have anything to offer you guys. Let's hear what Penn and Teller have to say.
So you fooled Penn and Teller last time you were here.
I did.
Yeah. Does it make you more nervous coming back, or are you sort of more confident because you've been here once before?
I think it's a mixture. I think there's some things where you're like, oh, I know what to expect, and there's some things where you're like, I know what to expect.
And do people recognize you from the show?
Yes, I was at a wedding, and I was just sitting down, and like the bride had walked down the aisle. They were basically about to say I do, and someone tapped me on the shoulder, and I was like, hello? And they just went, are you Rebecca Herrera from Fool Us? Yes.
Well, let's see if your out-of-body experience fooled Penn and Teller.
Yes.
All right, boys.
Oh, well, here you are again, Rebecca.
Yes.
Once again, finding a way to get information that you have no way of finding out. You brought the wand up there. I checked you all out. I wanted to find one of Bambi's friends somewhere on you. We thought maybe in your shoes. I didn't check there enough. Last time, you had something that gave you the information that no one else could experience. You got the information in a very personal, individual way. Nobody, anybody, could have any idea what the information was that you got. But this time, you decided you'd go a whole different way. And you decided to hide in plain sight. Because what you experienced, to give you the information of what was up on that board, everyone in this room and everyone watching at home experienced. We think everybody had the information, only you could read it. It's like calling someone's name in a crowded room, only they hear it. So we think it's possible that the first time you went personal, and this time you went universal. And Teller doesn't care if we're wrong on this because he loved the act. But I think you didn't get us because I think it was right out there. And I think you know what we're talking about this time. So maybe one fool is enough for you for now.
I think you do know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, not a fooler, but thank you, Rebecca Herrera.
Thank you.
Okay, so, well, I thought that was a cool performance. I liked her presentation about this out-of-body experience. That made it kind of fun and gave it justification for what's happening. And to me, she fooled me. I didn't know how she did it until Penn is mentioning this idea about something that everyone could hear or see. He mentioned the idea of calling someone's name out in a crowd and only that person can hear it. So from what he's saying, it sounds like it's some audible cue. When he said that, I did remember that as he was putting in the blocks, there was some kind of funny sound I heard. But I thought it was like some, post-filming, like editing sound effects they added to make it more dramatic for the show. But maybe that sound was actually happening in real time even for the audience there. You know what? Let's just go ahead and play that back right now.
Let's see what we got here. One last one here. Right there.
Please lift that rack and stick it on top of
Put
the
up
shelf
on the
for
rack.
me.
Okay, so I listened again and I heard that sound effect. It was like a dong, dong, as he puts the blocks all the way in. But they all sounded the same to me. I couldn't hear any difference. What about you? Comment below. Maybe I just missed something important? Her eyes were closed, so we're talking about the sense of hearing, I believe. Either that or someone was communicating to her by like some remote-controlled vibration thing in her shoe. But maybe that's just some far-fetched theory because I have no idea. It's even more confusing when you think about the fact that Penn could have put those blocks in any order. He didn't even have to go from left to right, so it seems like it would make it more difficult to know which spot and which number just using sound. So yeah, I don't have any other theories to offer, and it was a cool performance. I enjoyed it, and I was fooled. What can I say? I'm a fool, man! Please leave a comment below letting me know what you think. I like to read your comments and maybe get a clue. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash like, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.